please just remember to vote. So if you like the Electro Voice RE20 better on my voice, give the video a thumbs up. And if you prefer the Shure SM7B better on my voice, give the video a thumbs down. Hey guys, thanks for joining. We're doing something a little different in today's video, which is why I have both of these microphones right in front of me. So I want to monitor so I can hear these two and continue to make a decision. So let's switch over to these mics. So I've been working and using the Shure SM7B for about 1.5 years at this point. This is the newest microphone in my microphone collection and in my studio. This microphone has been used on just about every color grading or screen share type video that I produced onto my YouTube channel over the past 12 months. It's a great microphone for a lot of reasons. The Electro Voice RE20 is a microphone that has been a part of my studio for about 9 years. 9 years. This guy, there's a lot that I really enjoy and like about this microphone, particularly the warmth. Even though it's still a very rich and broadcasty signal, the warmth that the RE20 brings to the table is the reason why I'm considering switching back. So in today's video, I thought it would be a good idea for me to ask you all for help in helping me decide which microphone I should go with or stick with over the next year as I produce all of my content. And I thought it would be a good way to have you all sort of engage back with the video. So here's what I'm proposing. If you like the sound, obviously, of my voice on the Electro Voice RE20, I'd like you to give this video a thumbs up to let me know. On the other hand, if you prefer the sound of the Shure SM7B on my voice, of course, I would like you to give this video a thumbs down. That way, we can have like an active poll. And of course, if you don't like either of them, then maybe just leave a comment and, let us know which microphone you really do enjoy or like. So as I mentioned, for the most part, this microphone has lived on my desk. One thing that this microphone helps me with a lot is it's very easy to see through the microphone, right? So if my computer screen is in front of me, like this normally sits on a boom arm down on my desk, and it's really low profile. So it's really easy for me to see the screen and continue to stay engaged with what it is that I'm doing instead of trying to adjust my focus or work around this huge shock mount that is made specifically for these microphones. I believe that this shock mount actually works with more than just the Electro Voice RE20. I think it works with the RE27 and then some of their other less expensive models that look very similar, just have different coatings and finishes. That was the main reason actually why I originally switched over from the Electro Voice RE20 to the Shure SM7B. Having the basically a much more clear view of what it is that I'm talking about was something that made my life easier. And fast forward to where we are today. And what I'm realizing is that to my ears, on my headphones, in my studio with my voice and just the way that my voice works, the Shure SM7B has a very rich, very podcasty sound that is pleasant to listen to, but maybe not pleasant to listen to for an extended period of time. Because you see, some of my presentations and some of the work that I'm doing where I need to voice over whatever I'm showing on screen can go longer than 45 minutes. And 45 minutes of this boominess fatigues my ears. So if it's fatiguing my ears, then what is it doing to my clients' ears or the people that are paying me to do the work that I'm doing when I'm delivering. And that's something that doesn't happen when I use the Electro Voice RE20. Again, this is all subjective, and maybe to a point it's very specific to me and my voice, but that's why I'm asking you all to help me. Because you see, as much as I may have a preference, and I do, and I'll share my preference here in a moment with you, as much as I may have that preference, I'm not the guy that is sitting there listening or watching my content for 5, 10, 15, 30, or 45 minutes at a time. My clients are, but I'm not. So if I'm not the person that is consuming that content, then in a lot of ways, I'm the wrong person to make the decision as to which one I should go with. Clearly, they're both in the studio. We have the Electro Voice RE27. That's not 27. We do have a 27. This is the Electro Voice RE20. Or we have the Shure SM7B. For a while, just so that you all know, I used to call the Shure SM7B the Shure SMB7, which is really dyslexic and stupid. And that's why I had to refocus and know that this is the Shure SM7B. So I like the sound out of both of these microphones. Both of these microphones live at radio stations all across the United States. The radio group that I work with here in town, they have both. They use the Shure SM7B for anything having to do with guests, or where, clients are coming into the studio to record their voiceover for their radio commercials. These are the microphones they use. For the broadcast talent, they use the Electro Voice RE20s. So the RE20s live in the studio with the on-air talent. That's what they all use. None of them, at least in the group that I work with, use this guy. So this is the microphone that lives inside of the studios, and that's actually true of basically every radio station in the Fargo-Moorhead market. But for whatever reason, for clients, they prefer this guy. And again, it's a rich sound. It's just that boominess that started to make me wonder, am I doing the right thing? And here's the main thing. I have a series of videos and content that I need to produce over the next 12 months. And I don't want for one video to sound one way and then the other video to drastically shift in the way that the microphone is working, because I gave up on a microphone, or because one day that boominess of the, this guy over here got to me. And maybe it isn't as boomy as I think. Maybe it's just the way my ears work. Maybe it's my headphones, and maybe it's the headphone preamp. I don't know. So I figured I would ask you all to help. So if you like the way that my voice sounds better, that sounded really conceited. Okay, so I know that I don't have a super great voice. Okay? So given my voice, and these are the two options. If you had to listen to my voice, would you rather listen to it coming out of the Electro Voice RE20, or are you okay with what I'm calling the boominess of the Shure SM7B? If you like the Shure SM7B, then give the video a thumbs down. And if you like the Electro Voice RE20, give the video a thumbs up. And that's the help that I was hoping to get from you guys today. Help me make a decision as to which of these two microphones for my voice sounds better. Because that's actually going to help me make the right decision as I produce the content for my clients. I think it's really interesting that microphones just captivate so many of us, right? And if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you're like me. You enjoy microphone comparisons. You enjoy hearing how the same voice in the same audio chain sounds differently on different microphones. And one new microphone, I don't own this microphone, but I am curious about it. I think it's made by Earworks or Earthworks, something like that. I don't remember the exact name, but it's supposed to be new. And I was listening to one of these comparisons with that new microphone, and that warmth is what made me question whether I should stay on the Shure SM7B or switch to the Electro Voice RE20. Because I know that to me, in my voice and just the way my ears work, the Electro Voice RE20 sounds much warmer without the boominess, but still a very thick sound, like radio or broadcast sound. And that's something that I do like and do enjoy. I just don't really like or enjoy the whole getting fatigued because of boominess. Because boominess wears my ears out, and I'm guessing it wears a lot of different people's ears out. If you're curious about what my audio chain looks like for this project, it's real simple. The microphones are plugged directly into my Mix Pre 3, and the Mix Pre 3 is recording audio separately from the camera. The audio you heard at the beginning of the video is from my YouTube microphone. It permanently lives here on the studio, and it just sits there, and that gets plugged into whichever camera is actually doing the capturing. So I'm going to be synchronizing the audio in post. I am using Tentacle Sync to make sure that my timecode matches perfectly, and I can actually get my tracks to line up without any effort. That's the reason why I really like Tentacle Sync. So again, just a reminder, if you prefer this sound, give the video a thumbs down. And if you prefer this sound, give the video a thumbs up. Let me tell you a quick little story, and I'm going to switch back and forth with microphones while I do this, so you guys can get additional samples of, what my voice sounds like, and then help me make that decision. Bert and I, so my wife, her name's Roberta, we call her Bert. Bert and I, we have 2 kitties. We used to have 3. We now only have 2. And both of our kitties, when they get hungry, they seek us out. They come and find us wherever and whatever it is that we're doing. And if we're not giving them immediate attention, they find something to annoy us with or to get our attention so that we can focus and essentially feed them. Well, one of my kitties, her name is Sophie. Sophie took it up a notch. Sophie got just flat out gangster with me. She came down, I had my headphones on, I'm working, I'm focused, I'm paying attention to what I'm doing, and I have deadlines that I'm going to meet. Nothing is going to take my attention. And then all of a sudden, I begin hearing crackling in my headphones. And I'm like, what's wrong? Like, how is it even possible that, the connections to my ear cups are getting loose, or why am I hearing crackling in my headphones, but I'm not seeing any crackling in the waveform on the computer? And that got me thinking, maybe there's a problem with my project. I stopped the project and I began to sort of troubleshoot. And very quickly, because one of the first things I did in troubleshooting was to track down the cable all the way to the mixer. And guess what I found? And this is why I said Sophie went flat out gangster on me. She bit through the cables. So she effectively ruined this guy, which I had to order a new one. And this is why I'm using it now. And that taught me a lesson. And the lesson is, when they're hungry, feed them so you can get back to work. I just had to share that with you all because, our kitties are like our family. And they're spoiled rotten. I know they are. I was definitely pissed off at the fact that she chewed through my cord. But when she gives you those, big green eyes and looks at you like, I love you, Dad, you know, it is what it is. I ended up buying a new one. Thank goodness that they sell these as replacements, and I'm happy for that. So now you guys have had, I believe, enough sample of me rambling and talking and asking you for help between these two. So if you would, again, please just remember to vote. So if you like the Electro Voice RE20 better on my voice, give the video a thumbs up. And if you prefer the Shure SM7B better on my voice, give the video a thumbs down. Until next time, I'm Carlos, and I will catch up with you guys in the comments. Thank you, and take care.